Hey everybody, welcome back to Pinnacle Outdoor Traditions. Jonathan Humphrey again with you here. Sticky is here with me again today. Last time y'all saw him, we were at his property in South Carolina. He has 22 acres there that we were starting from scratch, working on, getting the game plan up, scouting, some of the immediate stuff that we can do, and then some of the long-term stuff that can be done out at that property. Today we are here at my land, which I've had, this will be my 6th year hunting it. So a lot of the big stuff has already been done at this stage. I'm doing my year-to-year tweaking. I'm taking some stands down, putting some new ones up, moving some things around. Just trying to get myself set up for deer season, which is going to be in about 4 weeks from today. So we're going to show you guys what we're doing, kind of go through how I pick my stand locations, what makes me decide to go here or there, and just kind of go through that little bit with you, show y'all how hunting a small piece of property is definitely a capable thing, and a small piece of property being less than 100 acres, not 100 or more like a lot of the articles are written for. Yeah. So we're going to go through that stuff with y'all here today. We'll pray real quick because I always like to. So Lord, please be with us here today. Help us and keep us safe as we get the work done. Please keep the challenges down and help us work through them as we will come across them. And just be with us, Lord, to get everything done that we need to. And keep us safe and protected. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, we're going to get started. First thing we're going to do today is we've got this stand. It's a nice, big, tall stand here that I had set up last year. It's something in the neighborhood of 18 feet long. And it looks out, if you can see right through that wood line there, there's a basically the remnants of an old food plot back in there. We never got much use out of this stand. It was sitting over top of that food plot right there. That food plot, the one end of it is open and exposed to the road. There's a hill coming up down the road. Everybody who drives by can see in there. So I've got some plans for this area to make it a nicer kill zone, where I'm going to be planting some security hedges right along that edge there that'll grow up nice and tall, give them better security to come in here in the daylight, as well as I'm going to be putting in some fruit trees in here. But those types of things are going to take several years in order to fully mature, bloom, and start bringing the deer in on a regular basis. Then we may revisit putting a stand in this spot. But for now, this stand right here ain't doing me no good. I got a new piece of property that I'm allowed to hunt. So we're going to take this down and transfer it to that new property. Go ahead and try it out, see how it works. You know, you guys help me set these stands up here, you know. 4 inches, 5 or 6 or 7 inches taller than me. Don't think about the fact that short boy's got to get back up here and take it down. The last train does left town. Always have one of these when you're doing this. But that last train done gone down. That's why I like having somebody to help me. I can put these ladder stands up by myself, but I don't want to.
Why he likes having Sticky here to help him, because he can handle it.
Absolutely.
Sticky's the man. And I wonder if I will see her again.
Big Bob, no hands. Also invaluable tool for this. Stand site number 2. So my worry was getting up that first hump.
Yep.
It came off.
Oh, no doubt.
The second worry was coming across the creek. I had to reach back in mid-stride to pull it down. And then we got it stuck in a tree. This is the adventure of putting stands in places like this. You know, you use the four-wheeler as much as you can. You plow and blaze your way back as best as you can, because otherwise you're just going to wear yourself out. Yeah. Tote 65 pounds worth of steel back here. But we are back here. We got it back all in one piece. So what we're doing is we're taking this stand right here, which I killed a real nice young 10-pointer my wife named Pretty Boy last year, out of this stand. And we're going to basically replace it with a nicer stand. So this spot ended up being a really good idea and a really good spot for me to put a stand up. Sat in it twice, had deer in it twice, and shot the buck on the second sit. So this is a real nice thick area near bedding, near water. I've got another field up that way and a field that way, so there's food source around. Lots of oaks in this area, so this is a really good stand location. It's kind of central to everything.
Well, that last train done left town. The last train done left town. I heard the words of morning glow. But that last train.
Look at you having stupid ideas. You got to love redneck ingenuity. Right, baby. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. That right there is a shooting lane that goes all the way up 100 yards out to a corn pile that's up there. We're probably gonna have to clear a little bit more out, I think. Got a nice creek bottom right down in there. Lots of good leafy branches too to give me cover, but they come right up through here and right up into there. They also come right out of here and make their way right in through here, as well as through all of that stuff there. This is an area where they like to move and maneuver. There's a lot of thick undergrowth and areas in here where they've got a lot of security, a lot of cover. They bed down in there, they bed in there, they bed down that way. So I mean, they got a good dominant area set up in here. So this is definitely not a stand I'm gonna hunt a lot. You know, I'm gonna be picky and choosy when I hunt this stand, but I think this is gonna be a good killing stand when I do sit in it. What do you think?
That should work.
Remember, keep in mind, gonna be wearing camo. And you know, there's going to be like a burlap wrap around that stand, but that's what the deer are going to see. This would be probably about where the corn's from. So you got that little tree right there. You got some good stuff to kind of break you up a whole lot more. Wait for the camera, Sticky. So during gun season, that's my shooting lane.
We brought you home. Your mom and I wouldn't leave you alone. With your toe in your room tonight, sitting there watching you by your night light. Time to change. I think back to your first day of school. You drove away and I cried like a fool. I watched you bouncing down the hall with your curly hair. You had no fear. You didn't need me there. Times should change.
So, on my safety harness, there is this feature. Most of them have. It's a long strap. It's called a lineman's belt. Tucks right around that waist area there. Got a loop on the other side. The idea is if you fall out of a tree and you're having to hang there, you can use this, wrap it around your ladder, maybe even around the tree, and tie it in. And instead of just hanging from that like mid waist crotch area there, it gives you some support in the middle of the section of your back and your body, and it takes a lot of that pressure off your chest and off your legs. Gives you a second anchor of support so that you can be able to work and get yourself down. I love this feature when I'm taking these ladder sections like this up and down. What I do is I tie, you know, a nice strong double knot in the webbing where I've got a good sized loop. I put it through that loop right there, kind of like so. I'll just lace it through where this is around my ladder section, and this comes back around and it hooks onto one of the rungs of the ladder. And what that's doing is that's giving me 2 points of contact where it's pulling against itself, keeping itself tight so I can lean back and use both my hands. And then what you also want to make sure to do is whatever section you hook this to, whatever ladder rung you hook this to, make sure you're as close to the next secure section. So like you saw, I was up, reaching up, I'd unlatch it, start working my way down, but I wouldn't actually take the straps off until I was hooked down here where that next section was still very tightly wound and ratcheted together. That way all my weight is being supported down where the actual strap is ratcheted and secured to the tree, and the area above me is the unsecure spot, and I'm not putting any weight on that because otherwise that's just going to bend. I mean, it's just a little, you know, 1-inch D-tube steel. So be mindful of it when you're doing stuff like this. Take your time, don't rush it, because you know, I may be known to do some stupid stuff, and I may be known to have hurt myself from time to time doing stupid stuff. Sticky will attest to this. But that being said, you know, I'd like to be around for my family, and you know, being safe, being smart about it is the most important thing you can do. Take your time. It ain't going nowhere. An extra 5 minutes ain't going to kill you none. Hey, toss me out my gloves, will you? Thank you. It helps when you can get a grip on the situation.
That's right. Get a grip, Humphrey.
Woo! Got to get a grip. I'll tell you what. All right. Yeah. I got distracted. Now, there's another set that's rubber banded together.
That whole thing about you using your brain, should have done that again.
You know, man, my brain's a little
once
tired.
a week is enough?
Yeah, my brain's a little on the tired side right now, sir.
Love the late location, man. The 3-tree thing gives you just wonderful cover.
Yeah.
Gives you stuff, place to hang stuff, whether you're going to put up burlap or just, you know, gear hooks.
I mean, I actively search out groups of 3 for trees. So. Oh, this is going to be an interesting spot, but we're going to have to do some clearing. Woo! Yep, so if you put that hook right over it, there you go, and then pull, bye-bye. Cool, that's all you need to do for that one. That's it, see? Now that's wide open right in there. So, what I was saying before I realized I didn't turn this on There was a branch coming out right there. It's gone now. It's gone. We got an open spot right there. Get those two little guys out of there.
And then this one?
Yep. Okay, so that opens up a clear shot into those laurels.
This one?
No. Yeah. Oh, about half dead. All right, so that opened up a hole right in there, just above him.
That's nice.
That is really nice. That gives me a much cleaner shooting area. Plus now I can see that whole, pathway right along that ridge edge right there. So anywhere that they pop up there, I can see them coming. But there's plenty of overhead and under canopy that's going to keep me covered. Yes, sir. It works really nice. I'm excited about this stand. Smile and wave for me, Sticky.
Pew, 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 pew.
I mean, even with the gray shirt and blue jeans, he blends very well in there. That's hole number 2. All right. Spot number 3, another about 30-35 yard shot. Most of these shots are like 25 to 30. You can see him up there. Right, my nugget. Okay.
I got it over here.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We're done for the day. We've got a truckload of gear that's going to go to a new property tomorrow. But we are done here for the day. I'm just going to do a quick run to grab some SD cards out of some trail cameras. That's it for the day. We'll show you the rest, but hopefully these setups work. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pinnacle Outdoor Traditions. Day 2 of tree stand setup. We are here at Brother Robert's property. It's a gentleman I go to church with who was gracious enough to allow me to be able to hunt. So we are out here today. This is a quick scout, throw a stand up based off of what we can see that's obvious and try it out kind of a hunt. I've never hunted this land before. Don't know a whole lot about it. I've rode through here a couple of times on a UTV, but have never really walked it or seen it. So we're getting a lay of the land. I got some ideas on some areas I want to put some stands up in. We're only going to be doing like 2 or 3 today and a couple of trail cameras just to get me started and kind of do it as an observational sort of thing. You know, worst case scenario, if we get in here and I hunt this year and I say, hey, this stand setup's pretty good, but it'd be better right there, I can always move it later. I've got some fairly light mobile stands that are that I'm bringing back here that I can do by myself. As we're setting up and already been scouting, show you these here, some lovely acorns that we have found, as well as we are actually standing right on the intersection of a deer trail. So it runs right along through here and right back behind the camera, and then there's a couple of offshoots that come right up here. So I've put the trail camera right over here on this tree, but we're gonna see what we can do, because it seems like this is a major intersection corridor. We're running alongside basically a saddle just underneath a pretty high steep ridge that kind of makes a little bowl right in here. I'm thinking about a stand location somewhere down in there or somewhere back in there where we can look this way. There's a field down there that we're going to also be scouting out, that I'm looking at putting a tree stand inside a cherry tree that's down in there. This is what we got going on. This is the thoughts we're having. It's a brand new fresh piece of property for us. Don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to make the best out of what we can. We're running off of just major observations, things like deer scat, trails, tracks, and food sources, the things that we can observe.
Rubs, lots of rubs.
Lots of rubs. Things that we can observe quickly, easily, that are pretty obvious. And we're going to start off with deer are here, and then we can fine tune as the season goes through. All right, so after doing some more scouting, we found a better funnel and pinch point coming down off that ridge and into this bowl where they have absolutely no other way coming down through there other than to come through that point. So we went ahead and set a camera on there facing this more gradual open area where a lot of different intersections can cross. We also looked at 2 different trees. I like groups of 3 or like split trees like this one right here behind me, where I get an area to be able to attach, like, you know, my camera mounts, my accessory hooks, things of that nature. Ended up choosing this one because there's a meadow out here to my right that's got a lot of greenery. It's more open hardwood with a lot more like shrubage and stuff that's running along the bottom there. We saw a lot of deer trails and things coming through there, so it gives me access to be able to see and hunt that, as well as the trail that comes right down off of that hill, comes right through here, but I'm not sitting directly on top of it. Easy access point from the blazed road and trail that runs right through here. I mean, it's just 10 feet away. I've got a holly tree here, poplar tree here, and a bigger poplar tree there with some nice mountain laurels right here behind me. What that means is all of this is going to either stay green or keep its leaves, so it'll give me year-round coverage. This is more for gun season, for when my land is a lot more pressured after a heavy bow season. I can come in here and stretch out. We're talking 75, maybe 100 yards is going to be a furthest shot that's going to be safe into the hillside, but more likely into the saddle, into this bowl area in here. It's going to give me access, a good way to access it easily and quietly while still having the ability to hunt all these different trails that are running down through here. So I think we're going to pick this tree out. It's going to be a good spot, at the very least, to start off with, because we know there's deer sign all around and all within gun range. We won't have to do a whole lot, if any trimming at all. We can just be able to set it and forget it. So we found spot number 2. I pretty much decided on it anyway, just because I really like the looks of this tree and the way it sits. This is a big cherry tree that's right on the edge of an open field. That's about 120 yards across, long ways, and about 70 yards across, short ways. This tree is going to give me good cover. It's just a really cool, neat old tree, and sometimes, you know, you just go with what you like. And that's kind of what I'm doing. We set a trail camera about 65, 70 yards that way, and a little dip in the woods that runs along a thicket and a creek bed. A lot of sign of deer life in there. As we walked across this field in order to get to there, we saw several good beds. Things like this right here have been nipped off. So I'm thinking this spot gives me command of pretty much every inch of this field. I'm going to put a nice real tall ladder stand up in here, be able to use that tree line that runs right along and behind here as good cover. There's a road back here, so especially this is going to be more of an afternoon evening set. The cars going by are going to give me good sound cover. Bow season, I may try it in an evening or two as the sun's setting and that little shadowy area that's right there behind the camera starts to come through. You're looking at 40, 35, 30 yards. As that shadow moves this way, they're going to keep to that cover and that little area, giving me a chance to shoot through and possibly hitting one as they're on those outer edges and rims of that. Try it again. You gotta love it when the tongue don't work right.
That's right.
But most importantly, once all these leaves are gone, once this field has become dead, all the leaves are gone through there, the food source portion of it is done. This to me screams meeting place for the rut. I just see bucks chasing does all around through here. There's just so many little knolls that cut into that wood line right through there where they can just cut through as they're chasing each other along these ridges and along these creek bottoms. And me being able to come in on the trail at that very corner and following this line along and climbing right up in here with this blocking my noise, I like it. I like it a lot. We're just going to go with it because of the fact I like it. Let's see how that works. I don't like that.
Cut!
There's noise in the background! Alright, so sometimes you got to go with the spot that you just like. Sometimes it's just a gut feeling kind of thing.
Well, I'm tired of the city and its hectic kind of life. I'm ready for the country and a separate place and time. The renegades are rolling, I'm making good time.
Woo! Man, that thing really is rocked in there good. We did a little too good.
These 4 tires roll, 5 gears.
Woo! I have always wanted to sit in a tree like this.
Yeah, for sure.
This is so cool, dude. If for nothing more, this is like a kid climbing a tree again. Hey, I want to build a tree fort right here.
That's right.
Get down from there, boy, before you break your leg. There's me filming myself on the camera. This is what's going down right here. I've got that part of the field that's already wide open. Making a quick snip or two of some of these. I'll open that up for me real good too. We've got some area in there that needs to get cut out. Then over in here, what you see pretty good there, pretty good there. Y'all, look at this. The way I'm up in this wild cherry tree. I feel like a kid again playing in this tree fort. It's awesome.
It's a roll on down the line. It's about that time. 7 more miles to the NC state line.
Sometimes you got to do your own pole saw work because it is just too far off the ground.
In the fields of home, I got 1 more cigarette to get me down.
There we go. Gun and bow will be able to sit nicely until I pull it up. That is such a pretty view. I honestly don't know that I can wait till gun season. I like it up there. If for nothing more, it's just gorgeous.
7 more miles to the NC state line.
That's what we're hunting for.
It's a very good thing. No, the deer around here do not equate the sound of this vehicle with danger.
Okay.
Just chilling.
That's awesome. I mean, we're sitting here talking, and that's what, about 50 yards? Oh, there's another one coming up. Look.
Yep, got him.
Behind you.
Little one?
Yeah, it looks a little on the small side. They both do.
Oh, was that? No. I was saying, maybe that a buck? That's just the ears.
We are putting the hang on riding up here. We had looked to be like a doe and a yearling or 2 does. Just kind of grazing and eating as we came up. We slowly pushed them in here, but they didn't seem to be bothered by us in one single little bit. It was quite interesting to watch. Also very encouraging. They were sitting up in the right area.
I spent too much time thinking about the old days, feeling sore about the ones who done me wrong. Gotta pack up what I need and find my family, maybe grab a happy soul and tag along. I've been sit on and stepped on and lied about, had my name looked down from both of my friends, but whenever they're all gone, I know they'll be around.
30 yards to that deadfall right there in the middle of the little middle of that meadow area there.
Right before the blind?
Right behind the blind. About 40 yards just past the trail in that little sunny area right there. 62 yards to the other side of that meadow. I think this is going to work, man. Okay, guys. We're done hanging stands. I'm wiped out. Sticky?
Yep, wiped out.
Hey, come over here and tell everybody.
Aww.
Yeah, man. Can't be just my smiling face.
I do agree. You need a little help. Ta-da!
Hey, look, there we are.
Hey, now that's a
pretty
good looking picture.
You're absolutely right. Is we make two very good looking men. All right, we're gonna clean up. We're gonna get a couple of things out of here that we promised Brother Robert we'd help him out with and get out of here. And we're gonna get out of here for the day. He needs to get on the road. Honestly, I'm tired. My buddy texted me while we were out here doing this, asking me to go kayak fishing with him. I'm like, I just can't do it. I've got my workout in, man. That's not fun. It's not fun at all. So this is how we do things. We're getting prepped. We're getting ready. I like this stand. I didn't necessarily set it up for gun or for bow. We set it up for gun season, but I'm liking it for bow now too. So we cleaned a couple of things up. We saw deer in here on our way in. I'm liking this. This is going to be really good. This is going to be a true blessing for us this year. So I'm looking forward to getting into these stands this coming month. Actually, we are less than a month away from opening the bow season, so I can't wait. This is what I live for. This is what we do. So until next time, until the season starts, yeah, this is Jonathan with Pinnacle Outdoor Traditions, telling you whether in the woods or on the water, get out, make some traditions of your own. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment. Subscriptions are key. Liking is key. Commenting, I'm answering, right?
Yep.
So, you know, get on there. Tell me what you guys are thinking. Hopefully we got some big bucks and does in our future.
Amen to that.
So, all right. Till next time. See ya.
I'm a grass, ain't never let me down.